this Hangout on there is live, and it does. So, launch Visual Studio, volume 16 of programming in F sharp, live, whatever. This Get Right, basically building. This is like a code kata for me, where I am exercising my muscle memory to to make it better and faster, and to go through the exercise of building a Uber or a Lyft app. Currently focusing on the logic that's required, and towards the end, hopefully I'll get to that point. I'll start fleshing out the actual user experience, hence the UI. I don't care about the UI right now. That's the aspect of the application. What I care about is nailing down the domain logic, or AKA what I care about is getting the business rules right. And so I attempt to run these tests, and it's going to first attempt to compile the entire solution, and then it's going to execute the test. And everything should be green, maybe with the exception of, let me see, this ride ended over here. This ride ended over here. All right, so there should be one failure. Hence, false should equal true, should trigger a failure. And that's for this fee is generated after ride. And that's what I need to implement. This ignore prevents the red fail, and hence it's orange because it's being skipped, right? This right here. So what else? The test that I wrote before that was a ride ended test. And this is, let me try to close this and then go to ride ended. So this ride ended, this was kind of a learning lesson for me, where I started to stumble with kind of like the subscription model for a ride ending. Specifically, this tracker.terminate test right here. There's a couple things. When this gets invoked, there's a ended property that should mutate from false to true. And I was trying really hard to use functional programming techniques and not object-oriented techniques. But I just felt that it was just getting way too complicated for me to really pull that off. And so I think, based on this code kata that I've been doing, that it can be still beneficial to leverage object orientation. In this case, specifically taking advantage of events or delegates. Okay, so that's what this tracker. So this tracker is a tracking service. It exposes a terminated event, and so I attach a subscriber to this terminated event, in which I set the ended property to true for this view model. And I mean, this view model is object oriented, right? Because that's what a view model is. It's a class that sits in between the user interface and the actual domain, or AKA the model. And so when I look at this test over here, this ride ended test, and the test is basically verifying that when a ride ended, that the end route view model dot ended should equal true. I still don't like this tracker dot terminate right here. I mean, that terminate is okay, but I don't want that to be in my test. There should be a message coming in from the outside world that basically says, hey, we executed some logic that has a high probability of determining that this ride has ended. And from that, this event should be triggered, right? And that event being triggered should set the terminated property, which, am I doing the right thing? That's the tracking service. La 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 la. Get ride, mod create in route. So this property over here, this en route view model. So this en route view model, I don't know. I'll just leave it like that. This logic is kind of complex, and I know that there's probably opportunities to make this cleaner, but this passes right now, so I'm not going to focus on that. What I will focus on that is this fee is generated after a ride. Okay, this is currently being ignored, but I guess I could get rid of that. And I'll go down here. It's pretty much copy paste. And what I want to do is I want to, when the tracker terminates, this triggers, okay? Now, what I want to do when that happens is there should be a probably a end of ride view model. That end of ride view model should generate the fee and anything else that's resulted to the conclusion of a ride or the end of a ride. Okay. So maybe that tracker.terminate is okay right here. But what needs to happen is there needs to be a fee, right? So if we look at this view models en route, this right here, tracker initialized, tracker.terminated, we probably want to take that and that tracker.initialize, should that really be done in this initialize right here, or should it be, in a way, I feel like it should be. But it doesn't have to be, right? So what if I move this tracker.initialize outside the scope? And of course, that's going to fail my test up here. But if I do this, okay. No, I don't think that's necessary. So I'm gonna put this tracker.initialize back in here. And this tracker.terminated event, that is going to be somewhere in my setup. Where, not there. Where for my tracker.terminated, what I want to do here is I want to generate a fee, okay? Well, that would probably require a view model, this end of ride view model. But I feel like when a ride has ended, then we navigate to a ride ended view model. Okay. And then we put in the location from the pickup to the destination, and then we pass that to the outside world, and the outside world returns us a price. I think that's the way it should work. Now, do I still want to use this over here? I think so. What's going to happen is we should have a, without thinking about the navigation, when we have a tracker terminated, I think that it's probably okay for us to, yeah, let me go up here, for us to have a new view model. This will be let ride ended view model equal, and then we could say ride ended. Okay. And that ride ended view model, I don't think exists yet, but we can scope to our ride dot view models. And over here, we can say ride ended. Okay. Do I need to say view model? I don't think so. Okay, so now we have our ride ended view model. Get ride en route, and we have ride ended. So we can update this module to a namespace, and then we could say type ride ended equals, and right now it's just going to be a x dot generate fee, okay, equals, and then something. And this is supposed to be a member, something like that. Okay. So this ride ended should probably have the the ride. Maybe I don't know if I called it end of ride or ride ended in here, but I think it's in my core view models, ride state. What's this over here? Ride ended is end route ride. Ride requested, ride pending, cancel requested, ride canceled, en route, ride ended. That ride ended is probably should not be a en route ride, but it should be a ride ended. Okay. So that ride ended, I can probably add over here, or that's the end of ride. I already have that in here. Okay. And it looks like that's missing some information. So right now we have a ride ID, we have a driver, and we have a vehicle. They all have the same thing. But what we really want is, I think the pickup and the destination should also be in here in all of these. So if I do control comma, I do pickup. So over here, destination equals address. Where's this at? Which is there. Then, okay, that's your, this is all under ride. If I go back to, let me scope out of here. If I go back to, I don't know where this was, said pickup, right? Pickup. That's in ride specification. And the address is in core, getride.core. Okay. So this pickup is here. The destination is here. We should probably grab that. And so I'm going to do that. This address is already in our core library. So I can control KC to comment that out. Do I have any red squigglies in here? No. Okay. And over here, I want to do that. It doesn't know what coordinate is. Okay. So I do that. And of course, it's not going to know what latitude, longitude is. So then I can something like this. Okay. So all that has been promoted to my core library. Okay. What else? Well, I added all this here, the pickup and the destination, because I want to add that to this over here. Okay, ride ID, driver, vehicle. This ride ID, I'm curious if I should just make that a ride. Now, I could have sworn I had a record that had pickup and destination. What's this over here? Passenger location. Well, this passenger location should now rely on getride.core, and that should get resolved. But there should be a record type somewhere in here that has both the pickup and the destination. So if I do that, then I can do control comma pickup and there's a generate pickup, generate destination. Okay, maybe this can lead me somewhere, or maybe I could do shift F12 for references. And that over here will, my dog keeps on jumping on me. This XR ride, a pending ride. Okay, so what's a pending ride? If we go to pending ride, then that looks like it has No, that's exactly what I just had before. There's a request ride that takes a pickup, returns a result. All right, let me just. It looks like there's no record that actually has a pickup and a destination. There's only operation that takes it. Right now, I need to get everything to compile and go green so that I could better be able to troubleshoot any further compilation errors as I add an actual ride record that has the pickup and the destination so that I could embed it in pending ride, en route ride, and end of ride. So that's what I need to do. Over here, we're going to comment this out in our ride ended test as we prepare to add a new record type. All right, so everything is green right now. I could go back down here and this is going to be a type ride equal, and there should just be a pickup, okay, which is going to be of what? Pickup is going to be a, what did I call pickup? I called it pickup. Okay, so pickup is of type pickup, and destination is of type destination. Okay. And that is going to have a ride ID like that. Okay. So then we have a, I feel like our ride has all this information now. So we basically have this, and then the pending ride and route ride and end of ride. These are just wrappers to reflect the current state of our ride. Okay. So now you have a ride like that. And I mean, honestly, I don't even think we need to have something like that. Okay. And then we just go down here and do something like that and go down here for end of ride. And we do something like that. Okay. Now that we have that, we're going to get hella compilation errors. But now we are able to, or will be able to reference actual record type that has our pickup and our destination. And with that, we should be able to leverage that data to generate a fee for a end of ride. Okay. So now I have all these errors. If I do control / E, that shows me my errors over here. And so let's relook at this. you have a pending ride. I think should an en route ride have a pending ride inside of it? Or is ride enough? I think all this is good enough. Well, is it like, for example, what I'm saying is, should an en route ride have this, right? And I feel like this kind of enforces specific states. You just can't arbitrarily create a ride. All right. Actually, should this be internal too? And then the en route ride should be embedded in the ride like that. And the intent of this is to try to enforce making illegal states unrepresentable wherever there may be an opportunity. That's the intent. I'm not sure if it's going to really work out like that. But I can see how this, to me, this makes sense. En route ride wraps around a pending ride. End of ride wraps around a en route ride because they, well, that could be a ride request. Maybe I want to call it that. Like that. And I feel like that's going to conflict. Okay. I think that looks even better. Now what? All right. Well, you have an end of ride up here. Actually, we have way up here in our mock. And so our pending ride is a ride request. Our ride request takes a ride ID, which we have. Takes a driver, vehicle, pickup, whatever. So that's the stuff that we have all that. What we're missing is our pickup and destination, which is right here. Okay. So this some ride is a pending ride. A pending ride is just a ride request. So it's just ride. So let's preserve this. Control KC, copy that, and comment it out. Bring it back over here, and we'll say ride equals. Okay. Now this is of type pending ride, and pending ride will take a ride property of type ride request, which is right above here. So then we can say this ride will equal, and over here, maybe we can change the name to some ride request. Okay. That's going to be a ride request like that, which you should get this. May not be defined. Okay, that's fine for right now. Maybe I still have to sync it. And then that's going to have your pickup and destination, which is this right here. So then we can probably do something like this. And so then you'll probably have some pickup. And then this will be some destination. Okay. And this ride over here will be some ride request. Okay. And what's all this down here? Create en route ride. Yeah. So this right here should probably be called some pending ride. And that should be a ride equal, and then you could say some pending ride, because yeah, this stuff isn't synced up yet. And then request ride will take a some pending ride like that. Same thing here. Cancel ride is some pending ride like that. Okay. And this en route ride will take, that takes a pending ride. La 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 la. An en route ride will take a pending ride. Well, this already accepts a pending ride. It just wraps around it. Okay, so I think that makes it easy for me because I just say ride equals and then ride, and ride ended. It's the same thing. You could just say ride equals ride over here. Okay. Control Shift B, build the solution. And go back up here. It's complaining about some, let me see. It says no assignment given for pickup. Okay, why would you say that? I have a ride request that takes a ride ID, driver, vehicle, pickup. Do I have some pickup defined? I do not have some pickup defined, so I have to define some pickup. So I say let some pickup equal. Well, what is some pick? I don't know what some pickup is. If I go here, pickup is going to be a discriminated union in which you have the choice of an address or a GPS coordinate. So theoretically, I should be able to say equals address, and then I should be able to say some address like this. Now, I should have something called some address, and it's down here. Okay, so maybe I could bring it up here. Okay, and I do that, and that should go away. Some destination is here, some pickup is right here, so that should be fine. No assignment field given for pickup of type ride request. Oh, because I have a colon here. Okay. Same thing here. I have a colon. The some destination is, what does some destination look like? destination is of type address. So I should just be able to say some address like that. Okay. Control Shift B, build this solution. And I have a failure, which is over here, in which it's in the test of providing pickup and destination results in a ride. Some value is a pending ride, and that should equal some pending ride, like that. Okay. Control Shift B, build a solution, and everything builds. Now, the next question is, do my tests still pass with the exception of the test that I'm currently working on? So I can run all. And all my tests still pass with the exception of the test that I'm working on. Okay. So from there, feeds generated after ride. What I want to do here is there's a tracker that terminated.add, and it's over here where I have a let ride ended view model equal ride ended. Okay, and that's supposed to take an end of ride. This end of ride needs to take a en route ride into its constructor. Okay. Now, this tracker isn't being used until down here. So, if the tracker's not being used until down there, then over here, something like that. Now, I should have a en route ride over here, and my ride ended. Um, my ride ended. Shoot. Ride ended.fs. That should take a ride ended record type. But we need to go to our core, and down here, well, that's end of ride. That's what we call it. Okay. And you need to open that. Okay. We'll go back to our test. Our end of ride should take a en route. Let end of ride equal. I think it's something like this. Ride equals, and then we throw in our en routes like this. And then we could take our end of ride, and I think we inject it into our view model like that. This let's not happy. It says it's unfinished. Well, I don't know what to do right now, so I'm just going to do that. And you are still complaining. Okay. This is for the terminated So first of all, let's get rid of that and let's do this over here. So it says it's unfinished. Okay. Now what? It says that union cases of field types in the right are not accessible from this code location. And you're right, because this is internal. So I have to mock out. I have to say mock dot sum ride sum end of ride. Mock sum end of ride. And then we throw in here a in route like this. Okay. So that mock sum end of ride, we have to go into our mock, which is over here. And let me get rid of this gap right here. And wherever there is some pending ride, there's create in route ride, create ride ended. Well, that's it right here. So mock create ride ended. That's it. And everything appears to build. So then we say for the tracker.terminated event, we want to create a ride ended view model. Okay. And with that view model, we should just be able to say view model dot, in this case, we want to, this is a view model, right? Yeah. For our, we didn't expose anything on here. Hold up. This ride ended. It says ride state. We don't want a ride state. We want a view model. Ride ended. Or we could say view models dot ride ended. Okay. And that takes the end of ride, which we have right here. And so we can say, I think something like that. Something like that. Okay. So ride ended view model, that we should have a generate fee. And that generate fee gets executed. We have our terminate right here. And that could be our test. They terminate. And then we want to say that our actually all this right here. No, that's fine. This ride ended view model is only within the scope of this, I don't know, anonymous function for this terminated handler. And so I'm not going to be able to reference the right-ended view model from outside the scope in here, right? I can't do like right view model dot phi, which I would have to create eventually, should equal, and then I don't know, say 9.99. I can't do that right now because this is this right end view model is out of scope. So how would I accomplish that? Well, one thing that I want to do that's a side note is there's way too many lines of code for this test. I don't like my test exceeding 10 lines of code, and I feel like this is probably double that. That's a side note. Anyways, for this tracker dot terminated right-ended view model, well, who's to say that I can't put this verify in here? Okay. Something like that. And it's office space, like that. Okay. And this is kind of confusing, but I'll look into that deeper. Need to create a phi property on this right here. So we can say member x dot phi, and that's going to be a with get. There's going to be, well, with get equals a phi, and then come back. Then there's going to be a and set, and that's going to take a value, and that's going to be phi, and silence. How do I turn this off? Okay, that's going to be a phi, and that's going to be a how does this work? That's going to take a value. Okay, so up here I need to say let phi equal 0.00. Can I do that? And this has to be mutable, something like that. Okay. And that's okay. So now what? Well, this is the right-ended view model. This generate phi, well, that probably should be, there should probably be a request in here. And that request should be it should probably take a request, and then you say end of ride cookie, stop, end of ride, and that should take a where am I at? It's end of ride here. It can't access ride. So this request could do something like get, how do you want to do this? You pick up, get pickup, right? And then we can, all right, let me do this. Say, our request is going to be like, ultimately, it's going to be a request phi, something like that, okay? And the request fee will probably require a pickup location and a destination. Okay. And so we could do something like for our pickup location, we need to create a function called get pickup, and that because it's in the ride dot pickup is internal, we can't access it from our view model, but we could create a get pickup in our core domain where the pickup type is, or where the end of ride type is declared, and we can retrieve the pickup location in there. And then the other part is a get destination. That's end of ride as well, something like that. Okay. Now what? Well, that's kind of hard to read. So we can have here let destination. Um, Actually, I see a couple things here. So let mutable destination equal. You have right here. You have end of ride. Something like that. Get destination. And we follow the same convention. And we'll do let mutable pickup equal. And then you have this end of ride. And you get pickup like that. Okay. I'm missing the K. So then when you request a fee, you can basically say pick up, and then you can say, in this case, destination like that. Okay. And then that will result in a fee that we are going to mutate like that. Okay. Now it doesn't know it's fee. Oh, it's x dot fee like this. Okay. Now we need to define get pickup and get destination. So the way that we can accomplish that is we can go to our in route over here. How do you do this? Pending ride request. And over here in common, which is in our core library, we can say let get pickup equal, and of course this is going to take a ride, right? Specifically, it's going to take a ride request, okay? And I don't know if I need to wrap that within parentheses, but that will be a ride dot pickup, okay? I guess we could put that on one line like this. And so then we can do the same thing with get destination, and we can do get destination like that. And let's have some order in this house like that. And then we could say ride dot destination like that. Okay. So then Control Shift B to build the solution, and that's in our core library. This should compile. This should compile. Of course, the test is going to fail. Hold up, it's not compiling. What's going on? let's get pickup over here. I thought this, go back, common. This is in our get ride.core, right? So we just added get pickup, but that takes a ride. Oh, yeah. But that's end of ride. It's end of ride. Oh, okay. I should say dot ride like that. How does this work? Six end of ride. But that shouldn't matter if it's end of ride. Yeah, I was right. I think this should be a dot ride like that. Okay. So you have end of ride. And that's en route ride. Okay. So let's make this, take it back to end of ride. Okay. So our get pickup over here is going to take a end of ride and our get destination over here is end of ride. That end of ride is defined way down here. So we'll do that over here. Okay. And now we have ride dot ride. Wow. And that doesn't look good. Dot ride dot pick up. That doesn't look cool. Okay. So get off me, Cookie. And the destination is going to be the same thing. I really don't like the way that this looks. So we have something like this. And I don't like this, right? Something I could do is, I mean, I could say this end of ride, I could name this property en route ride, and then name this one pending ride, and then name this one ride. But I'm going to leave it right now. It's going to be confusing to whoever maintains it. Now, the other thing I could do, no, I'm going to leave it. This fee over here says it's not defined. Well, it is. Get off me, Cookie. This end of ride was expected to have, yeah, so now we have a request that we need to add in here. And so we have let fee request equal, and that needs to be a function that takes the pickup and the destination and returns a fee, right? And this should be like, this should be defined in our operations. So during ride, but it's not in here. So there should be like another module in our specification library for operations that is after ride equals, and then you can have a type request fee, and that's going to take a pickup, and it's going to take a destination, and it's going to return a fee. Okay. A fee doesn't appear to be defined anywhere. So we'll say type fee equals, and this is going to be a fee of, can I say decimal? Like that. So then if I go back to my operations, that works. So our after ride request, our after ride module has a function type called request fee. It takes a pickup and the destination and it returns a fee. Okay. So we can then go over here and we're going to have a mock dot fee, mock dot request fee. Okay. And so that mock dot request fee we got to create. I'll just scroll all the way to the bottom. Let's say, and that needs to be lowercase. Okay. So then I'll go over here and I say let request fee. I'll pick a pickup. Actually, you could just say this request fee, and then it's going to be a request fee type operation equals, and then you could have a function that takes your pickup and your destination, and then you could return, in this case, you could return 9.99 like that. Now this needs to be a imported after ride over here. Okay. I don't know what that was. Control Shift B. And I think that should just work. Something I'm gonna do up here is on the, that makes me feel better. Okay. Scroll down here and request fee is here. Oh yeah, and I need to say fee like that. And that 9.99 should go away. Well, it says that the expression was expected to have type decimal, but here is float. How do I make something decimal? How do I make something decimal? F sharp decimal. And to make something decimal, you need to have M on it. Okay. Control Shift B to build. Visual Studio is going to hang more than likely. Nope. So over here we have one there, and it says that this end of ride. Oh yeah. We need to add this request fee over here, and the type float does not match type fee. What are you talking about? This ride ended takes a request fee type. And that is right here. But we need to import our ride.specification operations after ride module, or namespace, which is, let me go back, which is over here. So we should do this after ride. Okay. Now what? Well, I think that fee needs to be something like that. Okay. And that needs to be language over here. So we'll go up here, do that. This is supposed to be M for decimal. And over here, this needs to be M for decimal, but it should be fee like that, and then decimal. Your free request is mock free request. That takes a, let me see, request fee, put it like that. And if I do it like that, then we should be able to say import this after ride module. After ride, okay. And we should be able to go in here, and that's fine, right? Fee request takes a pickup destination, returns a fee. This ride ended should take a fee request or request fee operation, and that does. So this says the type float does not match type fee. I don't know what that means. I think that's a bug in Visual Studio. Over here, this probably can be in parentheses like that. I try to Control-Shift-B for build. Everything succeeds. Now, if I try to run this, everything passes. Yay. Do I like? There's a couple things I don't like, right? This test is way too long. It should only state the necessary, right? It should be explicit about what matters and be implicit about what doesn't. And so in the next video, I'll go through the thought process. I'll go through the thought process of refactoring this long test method. It's probably over 20. It's probably about 20 lines right now. I want to consolidate it to 10 lines. Something else that I don't like is it's kind of strange to look at when you have your verify section before your test section. So that's something else that I don't like. Is there anything I could do about that? I'm not sure yet, but that's something else that sticks out. So that's it. I have green tests so far. Everything passes. And actually this right here, I think ride ended view model dot fee should equal, I think this should be mock dot, I thought there was like some fee. I'll go to my mock. There's a let some fee equals, and then you could say fee $9.99 M like that. So we'll do that over here. like that. Then should be able to navigate back to my test. Everything should still pass. What else can we do here? Well, this is no longer needed. We're not really referencing it in our mock. So we can make that wildcard. And yeah, everything compiles. Is there anything else? Well, the name of this test is phi is generated after ride. This tracker.terminate doesn't really translate well to a ride has ended. So that's something else I want to work on when I refactor this. Is it should be a kind of like this mock create ride ended. I don't know. There should be something that reads well where we publish a ride ended message and it aligns better with this phi is generated after ride. I don't know. It's just a thought. So I can go ahead and get ride. I can commit, say partial support for generating phi, like that. Commit all and push. And yeah, I don't like this code. I'm gonna revisit it. So all right, I'm out. See ya.